Wink. Although you might not remember me since, never mind. Today we'll be going on a tour of the ancient world up to the more modern world we know today. You don't have to worry about me changing clothes. I have a cloaking device attached to my teleporter. Alright, let's go. We're here in Jerusalem, the Holy Land, in the year 1100, where the Crusades took place. The Crusades were a series of religious wars mainly aimed at reclaiming the Holy Land from the Islamic rule. It lasted throughout 1095 through 1291, when the armies of Christians from the Western Europe responded to Pope Urban II's plea to go to war against Muslim forces in the Holy Land. Near the end of the 13th century, the rising Mamluk dynasty in Egypt provided the final reckoning for the Crusaders, toppling the coastal stronghold of Acre and driving the European invaders out of Palestine and Syria in 1291. Let's keep going. Here we are in the time of the Renaissance, in the year 1400. Renaissance followed on the heels of the Middle Ages. It lasted through the 1300s through 1700s, and was spawned by the birth of the philosophy of humanism, which emphasized the importance of individual achievement in a wide range of fields. There were many well-known inventors, artists, scientists, and philosophers, such as Leonardo da Vinci, Nicholas Copernicus, Galileo Galilei, Michelangelo, and Johann Gutenberg. People strove to improve their material conditions, while the wealthy accumulated more luxury goods. This encouraged an increase in trade, a greater variety of products, especially clothes, foods, wines, and furnishings, and the growth of cities. We're in the time period of the Great Schism in the year 1378. This lasted from 1378 to 1417. The primary causes of the schism were disputes over papal authority. The Roman Pope claimed he held authority over the four Eastern Patriarchs, while the four Eastern Patriarchs claimed the primacy of the Patriarch of Rome was only honorary, and thus he had authority only over the Western Christians. We're done here. Alright, we're now in the 15th century Germany. The Reformation has just started. It started from 1517 to 1648. The Reformation was a movement that was aimed at reforming the beliefs and practices of the Roman Catholic Church. Reformers like Martin Luther, John Calvin, and Henry VIII challenged papal authority and questioned the Catholic Church's ability to define Christian practice. The distribution triggered wars, persecutions, and the so-called Counter-Reformation. The Catholic Church's delayed but forceful response to the Protestants. We're here in the year 1215 in England. We are about to see the signing of the Magna Carta, a document that limited the power of the king and gave some power back to the people. That was quick, let's go. We're in the year 1519, the year of the fall of the Aztec Empire, and around the beginning of exploration times. During the 15th, 16th, and 17th century, Europeans began to sail west across the Atlantic Ocean, in search of new routes to China and the East. In 1492, Christopher Columbus made his famous voyage and charted a course to the New World. He was looking for a westward passage to places such as India, China, and many new empires that were discovered along with the Americas, such as Aztecs, Incas, and Mayas. These civilizations were known as pre-Columbian empires. They had many conflicts with the Old World and had many strange customs. They were ultimately killed off by disease and war. We're in Britain during the time of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution took place in the 18th to the 19th centuries, which was a period during which predominantly agrarian, rural societies in Europe and America became industrial and urban. Before the Industrial Revolution, manufacturing was often done in people's homes, using hand tools or basic machines. Industrialization marked a shift to power, special-purpose machinery, factories, and mass production. While industrialization brought more and varied goods and improved the living conditions of some, it resulted in often grim employment and living conditions for the poor and working classes. Let's keep going. In Germany during World War I in the year 1916. World War I lasted from July 28, 1914 to November 11, 1918. It happened due to imperialism, nationalism, and the alliance system. All these created nations within the country. when the heir to the Austrian Empire was assassinated by Slav nationalist group. Austria-Hungary invaded Serbia, and this triggered events that brought all the alliances together. Imperialism, the policy of extending a country's power and influence through diplomacy or military force, was a big cause of the war. Now we're in Berlin, 1945, during the Battle of Berlin, the final major offensive when the Soviet forces captured the German capital and Hitler commits suicide. World War II lasted from September 1st, 1939 to September 2nd, 1945. It was a very costly war. Millions died. Dictator Adolf Hitler killed over 6 million Jews. The Nazis treated the Jews horribly. They marked them with stars, shipped them to the concentration camps in crowded cattle cars. They were starved in the camps and lived in horrible conditions. This is one of the bloodiest wars that the world has ever had. Let's keep going. Uh-oh. My teleporter is malfunctioning. We need to hide before the cloaking turns off. Oh no. We're about to time jump.